They are expecting a sellout crowd tonight at the Sports Arena. Some of the folks may be a little late arriving. One of the reasons for the power problem we had here at the Sports Arena, a very heavy rainstorm here in the Los Angeles area. So this place will be filling up gradually as we go along tonight. Right now, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Bulls, they'll start with Horace Grant, Brad Sellers, and Bill Cartwright up front. Michael Jordan, the league's leading scorer, averaging just under 37 points a game, and Sam Vincent in the backcourt for Chicago. They're 6-4 on the year. They're 3-3 on the road, 3-1 at home. Doug Collins in his third year as head coach, and they've been averaging outscoring their opponents about 108 to 106 in the early going this season.
What does that say about that graphic and all the other guys between Dick Motta and Doug Collins?
Didn't last very long, did they? For the Los Angeles Clippers, who are 4-6 on the year, and as we mentioned, they're unbeaten here at home. They're 3-0 at home, 1-6 on the road. Very young team. Charles Smith in his first year, Ken Norman in his second, Benoit Benjamin in his third start up front. A veteran in his 7th year, Quentin Daly, joined by another veteran, the grandpop on this team, Norm Nixon, now in his 10th year in the league, coming off of injuries that kept him out of action for the last 2 years. The Clippers, coached by Gene Shue in his 22nd year as an NBA head coach. He's assisted by Don Casey, and he's trying to improve a ball club that won only 17 games last year, Steve, and they're off to a much better start this year, 4-6.
Well, you know, if we went back to last year and tried to figure out when they won their 4th game and when they were just 2 games under 500, we wouldn't find it. So they're in a much more competitive posture. Everyone around the league has a healthier respect for the Los Angeles Clippers, including the community here. That's why we've got these people in the stands rooting for the Clippers instead of just coming to see the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan.
Quentin Daly working against Jordan. Norman. Off to Nixon. And the jumper by Smith won't go. Jordan pulls down the rebound. He had 11 rebounds last night against Sacramento to go along with his 32 points. Sellers can't get it to go. Benjamin clears for the Clippers. Vincent gets it right back at midcourt. Michael's baseline jumper. And the first 2 points of the night belong to Chicago. Quentin Daly starting, by the way, in place of Reggie Williams. He has a little bit of an eye injury, not even dressed for the game tonight. There's a steal by Jordan. Grant all alone. Horace Grant with his first 2 of the night, and the Chicago Bulls off to a 4-zip lead early. Nixon working against Vincent.
Well, you know, last year, these L.A. Clippers had more plays in their playbook than anybody. They simplified it, but here in the first few possessions, they seem very slow and uncertain as to what they want to get into. The Bulls come back with Cartwright inside.
Cartwright's first 2. It's 6-0. The Chicago Bulls scoring a quick 6 points. And with 10:39 to go in quarter number 1, the Clippers call a timeout, trailing by a 6-0 score. We'll be back.
Most of my friends don't know what they're going to do after graduation, but I've already locked in guaranteed skill training in the Army. Qualify now and you can reserve even the Army's most sought-after technical training up to 12 months in advance through the Army's delayed entry program. Sure, being a soldier won't be easy, but then nothing worth having ever is.
Tomorrow, all this and Windows 2?
From time to time, he'll be activating your gag reflex.
A 9 to 5, and Fingers Fife is foiled again.
I'm busting out.
A classic Andy Griffith. Then he may work for the people, but he sure can't talk to them on Sanford and Son. The weekday funnies continue with 9 to 5 tomorrow at 6:35 Eastern on
Superstation TBS.
Tomorrow.
Back at the Sports Arena in Los Angeles. We've gone just a minute and 21 seconds into this game, delayed by a half hour because of a power failure here at the Sports Arena. And right now, the power failure belongs to the L.A. Clippers. They've been unable to get on the board, trailing 6-0 early.
Well, they may have thought, like the owner Donald Sterling thought, when the lights went down, you waited for an encore. They're waiting for someone to start clapping and get them involved in his basketball game. But Jordan and the Bulls out of the block real quickly.
The Chicago team has a 5-game winning streak against his Clipper team. Clippers have not beaten the Bulls since way back in October of '85. Daly. To Norman, out to Nixon. Benoit Benjamin. Trying to hook it into the lane. There's another turnover. Third turnover already by the Clippers. Inside to Grant. His turnaround jumper is no good. Battle for the rebound. Finally muscled away by Benoit Benjamin. Off to Charles Smith, the rookie out of Pittsburgh. Pass underneath to Smith. He's got the basket and drew the foul.
I think that the Clippers had done early in the preseason and actually well at the start of the season was push the ball up the court and get some transition opportunities. They find Norman, who finds Smith, who gave him that initial pass. Strong effort by Smith, and he draws a foul against Brad Sellers.
Smith doing a good job in his rookie year. There's his scoring average. He's hitting 74% of his free throws. That's one of the top marks on this Clipper team. They've not been a good free throw shooting team. That might be something to keep an eye on tonight.
Pressure by the Clippers.
And Vincent beats it, getting it across the timeline. Underneath Grant. Grant lost it for a moment, but was still able to convert his 4th point. And it's a 5-point Chicago lead. Down low to Benjamin. And Benoit Benjamin has his first 2 of the night. He's averaging 15 points a game. Chicago by 3.
The Clippers have been trying to get some sort of inside game going. That time they finally found Benjamin. This is an easy foul to call as Benjamin has both of his hands in the back of Cartwright.
First whistle against the Clippers. The Bulls will inbound it from the near sideline. Brad Sellers gets it into Vincent. Over to Michael all alone. The uncontested jumper won't go for him, though. The rebound tipped to Cartwright, and Cartwright puts it home, his 4th point.
Well, 2 Clippers fight for it, and it pops right into Cartwright's hands. He gets an opportunity to hoop.
Chicago by 5, just over 9 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Smith, and his shot blocked by Sellers. Smith gets it back. Fights in heavy traffic, gets the layup off the glass, won't go. Rebound pulled away by Michael Jordan. Jordan operating in the lane, dishing off to Vincent, who hits the 2-pointer. First 2 of the night for Sam Vincent. And the Bulls have opened up a 7-point lead. Nixon can't get the jumper to go. Another Chicago rebound. Bulls have really dominated the boards on both ends.
Well, they're allowing the Clippers 1 shot. Most of them have come from the top and over the perimeter of the defense, so they've been inside getting the rebound.
Sellers. Down low to Grant. Grant has his shot blocked by Benoit Benjamin. Benjamin 6th in the league in blocked shots this year. Nixon down to Quentin Daly. His jumper is good. Quentin Daly's first 2 of the night. And the Bulls lead cut to 5 points with just over 8 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Comes down low to Cartwright over Benjamin. It goes for Bill Cartwright, his 6th point. Cartwright averaging 14 a game. I'd like to see his average up into that 17 to 20 range.
Well, if he can keep getting the ball that deep, it's going to be plus 20 tonight as they work for Norman on the baseline.
And Kenny Norman with his first 2 of the night. He's averaging just under 17 a game. A 5-point Chicago lead. We've got 7.5 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Jordan operating along the baseline. Nixon tied him up. And the crowd not happy with that call.
Well, you'll see Jordan gets locked into a little individual battle with Quentin Daly and trying to put a few moves on him. Can't get the ball really in the position that he wants. Nixon comes in trying to help, picks up the personal foul.
Out to Vincent. He'll take the jumper. Won't go for him. Rebound pulled away by Grant. Horace Grant getting it out to Sam Vincent.
They
9
double
seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, they double on Jordan, and he's a good passer. They find Brad Sellers on the other side, but that's the kind of shot you would like to see them taking against the shot clock. And what Chicago should do in that situation is try to get someone cutting to the hoop when they double team Jordan.
So the Clippers can cut it to a 3-point lead now. Norm Nixon brings it down. Nixon, who was out with a left knee injury 2 years ago and Achilles tendon tear last year. And we have an offensive foul called underneath.
Quentin Daly trying to establish a screen.
That is his second personal. Gives the ball back to Chicago with 6:55 to go in the first quarter, and the Bulls leading it by 5.
The question you have to ask Daly is, why are you setting the screen on a 7-footer anyway? You know, that's automatic suicide. There's a chance for the big guy to always get even and pound on you.
It'll be inbounded by the Bulls with a fresh 24 on the clock. Vincent to Michael Jordan. Jordan had that shot partially blocked by Benoit Benjamin, who comes away with it for the Clippers. Off to Nixon. It goes underneath. Loose ball. Pulled away by Charles Smith. Gets it back outside to Nixon. They've got 12 seconds left in the shot clock as Nixon tries to direct traffic, get everybody where they're supposed to be. A near steal by Sam Vincent, but only 7 seconds left now in the shot clock. For 3, Nixon couldn't get it to go. Smith pulls away the rebound. Nixon works against Vincent. And we get a whistle. Michael Jordan called for his first personal.
Foul on number 23, Michael Jordan, his first second team foul for the Bulls.
So with just over 6 minutes to go in the quarter, the Clippers get a third chance here.
But the thing you notice in all of these possessions that they don't really seem certain at this point as to where they want to attack. Nixon gets that jump shot to go down, but there's a little tentativeness in what they're doing in the half-court situation.
Chicago by 3. All 5 starters have scored now for the Clippers, and Danny Manning getting ready to make his first appearance of the night. The fall-away jumper by Cartwright gives him 8 points. And gets that Chicago lead back up to 5. Quentin Daly guarded by Jordan. And another whistle.
Substitution.
Danny Manning checking in. He's been averaging 16 points a game, 6 rebounds a game. He's in for Charles Smith.
In the game for the Bulls, Scottie Pippen.
Foul was called against Bill Cartwright, his first. Scottie Pippen checks in now for Chicago.
Bill Cartwright is first.
Nixon penetrates and sends it back out to Norman. In the lane to Quentin Daly, and a foul. Michael Jordan not very pleased about that call. That is 2 fouls early now for Michael Jordan.
Second, 14th foul for the Bulls this morning.
A 5-point Chicago lead. Down low it comes to Benoit Benjamin. His 4th point.
Assist for Nixon.
That's now a 3-point lead for the Bulls. It goes inside to Cartwright, and he has struck for 10 quick points here in this first quarter, getting that lead back up to 5.
Well, in both of these possessions, they look like the teams are trying to get the ball inside. Jordan with the steal.
Besides leading the league in scoring, Michael Jordan also leading the league in steals, averaging close to 4 steals a game. Horace Grant with his 6th point. And that lead back up to 7. It's 20-13. Chicago by 7 with 4:22 remaining in the first quarter. Nixon had the ball tipped away, but it's gotten right back by the Clippers. Trying to get it down low to Danny Manning. And he was fouled by Scottie Pippen.
Substitutions for the Bulls.
First on Pippen. Dave Corzine and John Paxson check into the Chicago lineup.
Well, a penalty situation comes up for the Chicago Bulls, so that means that the Clippers will be shooting free throws, and Danny Manning will get his first chance to score in this ball game. But what they're trying to do, and I've been trying to watch in the last 2 or 3 possessions, is where they're trying to enter the ball. They're trying to run something around in the post, drop the ball inside, make the defense collapse.
Manning in the early going in his NBA career, averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds, a 74% shooter from the free throw line, and he's just really starting to learn what this league is all about. Gene Shue told us earlier it's been very difficult for him to really decide how to use Danny Manning because he hasn't seen that much of him yet. Manning, of course, missed the entire training camp and a good part of the early season in the contract hassle, which was finally resolved. 20-15 now, Chicago by 5.
Well, they've put good pressure on the Bulls to slow them up. There's 7 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan's not in the game. Corzine comes over the top.
His first 2, making it 22-15. We have lost our graphics for the time being, so we'll give you the score after each basket. A 7-point Chicago lead, 22-15, 3:38 remaining in the quarter. Benoit Benjamin got the basket, drew the foul. He's got 6.
Benjamin has taken a lot of heat in his first 3 years in the NBA for not being ready to play every night, but this season he really appears to have all of the lights on and is ready to play. He's had a couple of ball games where he didn't produce at the same level, but he is ready to play tonight. And when he plays like he has tonight with the jam above the basket, getting good post-up position, he really makes his team more effective.
Benjamin had a game against Phoenix, 25 points, 19 rebounds. The 19 rebounds were a career high for him in the NBA. 22-18, Chicago by 4. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Vincent has the ball taken away, and an attempted pass by Norm Nixon. Nixon to Manning, behind the back to Norman. Norman spins, gives it back to Manning. Look at that. If you don't think Danny Manning's going to make a difference in this franchise, all you have to do is watch moves like that. It's now a 2-point game. Chicago 22. The Los Angeles Clippers 20. Chicago calls a timeout. 3:04 remaining in this first quarter. Chicago leading it by 2.
Clutch Men, Clutch Moments, brought to you by the official vehicles of the NBA, Jeep and Eagle. Kelly Tripucka's backdoor layup gives Detroit a late lead in Washington. Who will the Bullets go to in the clutch?
Introducing the next Eagle, Eagle Summit, a small front-wheel drive car that feels big, thanks to a surprisingly supple suspension and amazing interior room. But when you add Summit's optional 16-valve dual overhead cam engine, it gets small again.
Introductory offer. Get $500 factory cash back on any 1989 Summit.
Trailing by 2 with time running out. The Bullets look to Jeff Malone to come through in the clutch.
Malone throws up a brick left side. Oh, my goodness, what a shot!
You can expect the best from Jeff Malone and Jeep and Eagle.
Defense is the art of the hoop protection, the fire from the steel and the shot rejection, taking a charge, ignoring the pain, making the play, win the game. Great deed takes more than muscle. DB, hustle, hustle, hustle.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in.
NBA action. It's fantastic.
The areas in which the Los Angeles Clippers have improved their game really is in the team defense. They've done a better job of helping each other out. They get a fortunate bounce, and Norm Nixon pushes the ball in transition. And what Danny Manning has brought to them is the idea of passing and sharing the basketball. Norman returns the favor, and Manning scores from underneath.
Danny Manning hoping to join some exclusive company. You can see the impact some of the NBA superstars have had in their rookie season. If the Los Angeles Clippers are able to win just 28 games this year, Danny Manning will have improved this ball club as much as Michael Jordan did the Bulls his first year. Well, play resumes, 2:59 remaining. We've got our graphics back. There you see the score. Vincent couldn't get it to fall. Greg Titus checked into the Clippers lineup, almost had the rebound. It comes away to Vincent, goes underneath. And Horace Horace Grant has picked up 8 points in this first quarter. Chicago by 4 again.
Even though he doesn't have the body like Charles Oakley, you can see why Doug Collins likes Horace Grant. Quick leaper, good score inside for Ken Norman.
Norman now with 4. Once again, it's a 2-point Chicago lead. 2:29 to go, first quarter. Chicago seeking their 3rd straight win. The Clippers trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Scottie Pippen from outside. Couldn't get it to fall. Norman pulls away the rebound. The Clippers can tie it up this trip. Norm Nixon. We are tied. Nixon with 4. To tie the score at 24 with 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Both teams shooting very well in this first quarter, both over 60% in the early going.
Before, when the Bulls were so fluid in the half-court situation with Jordan, they seem a little confused now and playing out on the perimeter. Paxson for 3.
Wouldn't go for him. Norman pulls down the rebound for the Clippers. They've done a better job on the boards in the latter minutes of this first quarter than they did early in the game. Nixon will try to give the Clippers the lead. It won't go for him. Corzine clears for Chicago.
Nixon had everything right in his body. It just didn't go in. He had that fallback rhythm and everything else, and that one came up short. He really wanted that hoop. Sam Vinson working for the Bulls.
Pippen gives it back out to Vincent, who almost lost it. Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Paxson at the last second. Getting his first basket of the night to give the lead back to Chicago. 26-24 with a minute to go in the first quarter. Well, it's good to see this guy back in the league, Norm Nixon, after missing 2 full seasons with some very serious knee problems and Achilles problems.
And after 2 years in a row, you know, age takes its toll. Nixon has spent a lot of time rehabilitating himself, and so the effort works out. There's a player that spent a lot of time in the offseason improving his game. Ken Norman knocks down the outside shot, which he really didn't have a year ago.
Norman now with 6 to tie the score. There you see the time left in the opening quarter. Trying for the steal, Danny Manning commits his first foul.
Number 25, Danny Manning, his first in the 2 minutes for the Clippers. Into the game.
That is only the 4th team foul against the Clippers and the first in the final 2 minutes of the quarter. So Chicago still has not gone to the free throw line. Gary Grant has checked in now, the rookie out of Michigan, replacing Norm Nixon for the Clippers.
Well, Grant and Garrick really are the guys that they try to use in the game to put pressure on the ball. We'll see how that goes when we come back in the second period. Pippen on the drive.
Off the glass, good for Scottie Pippen, his first basket. A 2-point Chicago lead. You see the time remaining. You'll see a lot more players used a little more frequently by Gene Shue. He uses all 12 of his players.
Offensive foul, Greg Kite.
Doug Collins has been more or less in an 8-man rotation the last few games for the Chicago Bulls, but Gene Shue gives a lot more of his players a lot more playing time. Of course, he's trying to find out what combinations work on this young team. Only 2 seconds left in the quarter. The ball is lost, and the horn sounds, ending the first quarter with the Chicago Bulls leading the Los Angeles Clippers 28-26.
That's a snow leopard. I've seen one this far south. Yeah. What's that? Koala. He's probably looking for eucalyptus leaves. Yeah. Shh. It's a tiger and a panda.
Come to Wendy's for the cuddliest wild animals your kids have ever seen and help us help the World Wildlife Fund protect the real ones.
What's that? Mom, I think we're in trouble.
They're cute and cuddly and only at Wendy's at a special price.
When we played for Oakland, we did not appreciate losing.
Our motto was, just win, baby.
Yeah, but now we just like to play a quiet game of pool and drink a few cold Miller Lights. Lights brewed from the ground up, so it tastes great.
Not like some watered-down version of a regular beer.
Your turn, Otis.
Hey, you cheated. So, nice shot.
When it's Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great.
Dear Dad, we made our toughest jump yet at dawn. I was kind of nervous, we all were. And then I remembered when you told me that real courage is putting your fear aside and doing your job. You see, Dad, here in the Army, the things I'm learning will help me get the most out of life and the best from myself. Dad, we were really something today. I know you'd be proud.
Portions of tonight's game are brought to you by Jeep and Eagle, the official vehicles of the NBA, and by Reebok basketball shoes. When the new legends are made, they'll be wearing Reeboks.
At the end of a quarter, it's the Chicago Bulls leading the LA Clippers 28-26. Both teams shooting the ball extremely well in the first quarter.
Well, you know, it seemed as though the Clippers were going to struggle in this ball game, but they eventually got their act together. They got good shot opportunities. They got them to go down. The rebounds are even. The Clippers have turned the ball over more times, but it has not hurt them so far in the first period of play as they find themselves down by 2.
Michael Jordan checking back in for Chicago. He'll be in there along with Sellers, Pippen, Paxson, and Corzine. Norman, Grant, Danny Manning, Greg Kite, and the rookie Tom Garrick, second-round pick out of Rhode Island, is checked in now for the Clippers. Boy, it's a young team. A lot of rookies, a lot of second-year men for the Clippers.
Well, there was a pressure, and Garrick initially comes right in and makes the save, goes all the way and scores. But that's what they like to do with Garrick and Grant when they're in the game. They put pressure on and force a faster pace. Sellers
was left alone along the baseline. He has his first 2 of the night. And Chicago has that lead back up to 2. Gary Grant bringing the ball down. The rookies in the backcourt will get a little more playing time tonight with Reggie Williams sideline. Having a little trouble with an eye. Being poked by Karl Malone in the game against Utah a few nights ago. Gary Grant with his first basket. Tied at 30 in the opening minute of quarter number 2.
Now, Scottie Pippen has got as much ability as any of these guys out on the floor, but he has never really decided what his calling card is going to be. So offensively, there's a lot of confusion in his game, and Doug Collins hopes he irons it out. Jordan over the top.
And Jordan gets, for his second basket of the night, he has 4 points. Michael didn't play all that much in the first quarter. Chicago by 2 again.
And notice how Dave Corzine plays way off of Kite, which really plugs up the passing lane. They have got to make Kite get in a position where he's a threat. Pippen.
After the rebound, he takes the jumper from the top of the circle. Can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled away by Ken Norman. Gives it off to Gary Grant. And the Clippers with a chance to tie it up again. Grant from the baseline. So the rookie out of Michigan with his 4th point. And we're tied at 32. Paxson works against Garrick. Into Pippen. Pippen had the ball tipped by Garrick. Loose ball fought for. Up with it Sellers. His jumper won't fall. Rebound is loose. It was kept alive by Kite, but pulled down by Scottie Pippen. The Corzine along the baseline. Probably get it back outside. And it's taken away by Garrick. Garrick had nowhere to go with it. Wound up thrown out of bounds.
Well, he committed himself to a pass without really seeing anybody open, and at the last minute he was hoping someone would bail him out. You notice the look of frustration on Gene Shue's face. Norman out of the ball game. Charles Smith in.
Tied at 32 with 9:45 remaining in the first half. Paxson to Michael. Look at that move by Jordan. Couldn't get it to fall, though. The shot was wide right. Manning clears for the Clippers. Off to Garrick. Given to Kite. And to Manning. Manning taking the jumper. Won't go for him. It was short. Rebound goes out of bounds. It still belongs to Los Angeles. Cartwright checking back into the Chicago lineup, replacing Corzine.
Well, Danny Manning has not learned to complain yet, but he has learned to look long and hard at the officials. He gives a silent stare to Darryl Garretson. The Boston Celtics win over Charlotte.
And Cleveland a winner over, or Philadelphia rather, a winner over Cleveland tonight. One of the few losses for the Cavaliers this year. Grant, nice pass to Manning, but the shot wouldn't go. He gets his own rebound, puts it home. Manning with 6. And it is 34-32. First time the Clippers have led in the ball game tonight. 9 minutes remaining in the first half.
What Jordan has tried to do in the early parts of games is really keep his teammates involved. He's not really looking to get that involved offensively. Near turnover, and they do turn it over. Pippen steps on the line.
He had a little trouble controlling that ball once he got it. Wound up stepping out of bounds. The 4th Chicago turnover. If we look at some other scores, Miami wishes the Lakers hadn't come calling. The New York Knicks, a big win over the Detroit Pistons.
Second loss for the Pistons this season.
Game you saw earlier tonight here on TBS. Dallas winning by 19 over Denver. Here are the Clippers up by 2.
Smith had good position, but they passed the ball over the top. Now they look inside for Benjamin.
Benoit looking inside. Jordan almost had another steal. Garrick with a short jumper. It falls for him, and then Garrick takes a tumble. Tom Garrick's 4th point. And it's now a 4-point Clipper lead. Boy, look at that team out on the court right now. 4 rookies and Benoit Benjamin for the Clippers.
See, Pippen's a slasher, and that time he makes a good, strong move, but he can't get the shot to go down.
Charles Smith pulled it away. Benjamin left all alone. Benoit Benjamin with his 9th point. And a timeout being called by Chicago. This is a 20-second timeout. And it'll give us a chance to remind you that this program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Well, you saw a look at Benoit Benjamin getting an easy 2, and what Grant and Garrick have done is looked ahead, pushed the pace of the game, and gotten some easy opportunities. Right now, they feel that they have a little bit of control. Doug Collins, feeling momentum slipping away, calls a 20-second timeout.
Well, in this quarter, Chicago only 2 of 6 from the field. The Clippers are 6 out of 9. The Clippers have scored the last 8 points.
Well, in their first period of play, they got some real good play offensively from Grant and Cartwright, with Jordan being the guy to key it early. Now, we'll see what happens with Pippen trying to pull the trigger for the Chicago Bulls. They should come back to Michael Jordan.
Jordan working against Grant, sends it back to Pippen. Back outside to Michael, 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Trying to get it down to Cartwright, and Grant comes away with a steal. Grant goes coast to coast. Wouldn't fall for him. Rebound pulled away by Horace Grant. Off to Sellers, off to Pippen. Pippen trying to get it back to Grant. It's out of bounds off the Clippers. Now, Clipper fans are loving the way these kids are playing out there. And there are 4 rookies on the court right now.
Well, they're giving it everything. The one thing that we see in the ball game is Jordan seems to be in cruise control. And what has been said about a player of his magnitude and ability is sometimes it's better to let a sleeping dog lie. Grant is slowly but surely biting him, and he's going to wake him up. And then that's not going to turn out to be good for them as they try to establish position down on the baseline. You see Manning trying to squeeze through here.
Pippen looking for a whistle against Manning, but doesn't get it. Inside to Cartwright. That was a big factor in the first quarter. That one wouldn't go, but the tip by Jordan does. Or will it not count?
Well, Doug Collins is calling for the tip, and they're going to say it was under control. Now watch, the ball goes out. There's a push underneath, but watch Jordan. They say the push
won't count.
Before.
Bulls not very happy about that. They wanted the basket. Charles Smith called for the foul. Doug Collins has a few words for Darryl Garretson after that call. They've got 7:14 to go in this first half. Clippers up by 6. Chicago scored only 4 points in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. Jordan working against Grant. Garrick comes over to help out and steals from Michael Jordan. Tom Garrick all the way for 2. The second-round draft pick out of Rhode Island with his 6th point. And the Clippers have opened up an 8-point lead. Now a full timeout's going to be taken by Chicago. The Clipper kids are doing it. 6:59 remaining. Make it 6:53 remaining in this first half. And the Clippers lead it by 8.
Once you hear it, you gotta get near it. There's a whole lot of nothing going on. You want a snack? Gotta get that pack. There's a whole lot of nothing going on.
Incredibly delicious and so full of energy, Planters nuts are one irresistible snack.
Once you hear it, you gotta get near it. There's a whole lot of nothing going on.
Mornings are my quiet time. Afternoons, well, you know the stresses of the workday. That's why I eat Wheaties. If I don't get a good start in the morning, I might feel peaked. I hate that.
Wheaties, 100% whole wheat, naturally low in sugar. That's champion nutrition.
What the big boys eat.
Celebrate comedy, Superstation TBS.
Tomorrow, Lily's brother, the How.
I'm here!
On the Munsters and the art of kissing.
Is to know which way to tilt your head so that you don't smash noses.
On Laverne and Shirley, then meet Super Schneider.
A legend in my own time.
One day at a time. The weekday funnies continue with the Munsters tomorrow at 5:05 Eastern on
Superstation TBS.
Tomorrow.
Even the great ones can be accused sometimes of indecision. Jordan really not sure what he wanted to do with that basketball. That allowed the double team of Tom Garrick to come over, make the steal, push it hard the other way, slice down the lane, and he's got a hard-earned 2.
And the Clippers have now scored the last 10 points in this game in the last 3.5 minutes. The Bulls have missed their last 6 shots. Don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, Steve Jones and I will be selecting the Miller Lite player of the game. We've got 6:51 remaining in this second quarter.
Again, we talk about pressure on the ball and what he can do. Notice how far out the Bulls have been forced. Jordan with the shot clock. Tries to come over the top.
And he drew the foul. Benjamin's second personal. This will be the first trip to the line for any Chicago Bull tonight.
Well, Jordan gets good penetration, goes up. He had ideas of really coming down over the top. Benjamin thought he got a good block, but Jordan gets to the line.
First trip to the line for Michael in the last 2 games. Against Sacramento, he scored 32 points without going to the free throw line. Hit 16 of 20 from the field.
Well, that was an awfully easy game for Jordan. He came out and knocked down his first 7 shots and really could do what he wanted offensively. Maybe that's the reason he didn't come out tonight. He thought he still had it, but the late call forced him to warm up.
6 points now for Michael Jordan. It's 40-34. Clippers by 6. Garrick, who's been an impact, had it blocked by Michael Jordan. Take that, says Michael, after the Garrick steal on the other end a moment ago.
Well, as I said, you know, Jordan's the type of player that he's so good in all phases of the game. That
Don't get mad, get even, right?
That's right, and once he starts to turn it up, you know, he's capable of having huge serious turnover.
Manning causing the turnover. Didn't see the pass coming from Garrick, and Michael Jordan got it right back. Garrick reaching in, trying for the steal, caused a travel on Michael Jordan's part. I tell you, this rookie from Rhode Island, Tom Garrick, is hurting Michael's game a little bit in the second quarter.
Well, I think Jordan is also compounding it by, again, perhaps trying to do too much. And if he establishes his basic game and expands from there, it'll be much easier for him.
It's a 6-point Los Angeles lead, about 5:55 remaining in the first half. Benjamin gives it to Danny Manning. Manning looking inside, then sends it over to Charles Smith, the rookie from Pittsburgh. There's his 5th point. And that lead back up to 8 for the Clippers. Sam Vincent brings the ball down for Chicago. Michael trying to go in, and 3 men on him. They're going to call a foul on one of them.
You know,
Garrick sits down.
Whenever you come to Hollywood, and this is part of Hollywood, you always try to put on a great show. Jordan has tried to do that here in the first parts of the ball game. It has hurt him offensively as well as the Chicago Bulls. We'll see if he settles down and the Bulls along with him.
42-35 the score now. Bulls down by 7, Bulls down by 6. Jordan now with 8 points. Grant brings it down, gives to Quentin Daly, who's in for Tom Garrick. Into Danny Manning. Manning into the paint, puts the shot up, won't go for him. Grant clears for the Bulls. Off to Vincent. Chicago can pull back to within 4. Vincent will take it himself. It came up short. Benjamin with another rebound with the Clippers. That's his 4th rebound of the game. Quentin Daly takes it over Vincent. Basket's good. Vincent fouled him.
Even though they talk here at the free throw line, this is not a good pressing team. This is a very good offensive player, and he is a guy really expected to be their sixth man coming off of the bench. Gets a starting call tonight, nails one from the corner.
And completes the three-point play. Daly now at 5. And that Clipper lead up to 9 points now. The biggest lead the Clippers have had tonight. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Vincent to Michael Jordan. He'll take it from the top of the circle. Won't go for him. Another Benoit Benjamin rebound. He's pulled down 5 of them in this first half. Daly down to Smith. Charles Smith along the baseline. Doesn't come up short. Gets his own rebound and makes sure of that one.
You judge about the scouting reports. They said that Smith was soft, didn't like it inside, but you've seen him attacking at the basket all night long. 2 strong efforts by Smith to get the hoop.
And it's an 11-point lead now for the Clippers, cut to 9 as Bill Cartwright gets his 12-point. 47-38 Clippers. Just over 4 minutes remaining in this second quarter.
Well, 10 points in 8 minutes will hurt you, and that's where the Chicago Bulls are right now. They've got to get some pressure on the ball defensively, force the ball to come over the top.
We get a whistle away from the ball.
Horace Grant.
Foul number 54, Horace Grant.
That is the first call against Grant, second team foul of the quarter. And it'll be put in play by Quentin Daly.
But sometimes as a team you can collectively get brain locked and forget what you did well. And in that first period, they got great offensive production inside. The Chicago Bulls did, and now they're just struggling. Daly over the top.
Wouldn't fall for him. Grant clears for the Bulls, gives it off to Vincent.
Cartwright had been able to get the good low post position. They're working for him now. He comes in, misses, but there's Grant on the other side.
Horace Grant now with 10 points. He has 10. Cartwright has 12. Jordan has 8. They have most of the points for the Chicago Bulls, who trail it now by 7. A 20-second timeout being taken here by the Clippers, who lead it with 3:33.
Our special guests.
Now they made it a full timeout, have they? Okay, a full timeout has been taken now by the Clippers. They originally called it 20 and change it, so we'll be right back to the Sports Arena.
I'm the big daddy of the greatest bar game of all time, Fuse Ball. And us Fuse Ballers drink Miller Lite. Miller Lite's a less filling beer. It's brewed from the ground up. It's not a watered-down version of regular beer. And Fuse Ball is a great game. Because when a guy loses, everyone knows he loses.
When it's Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great.
I think we have a loser. Hey, fair-handed.
He's saying to himself, don't miss it, don't let me miss it, and he missed it.
NBA action is fantastic.
I'm out of here. I gotta go. Don't choke on it. Not a kid. What's he gonna do with the ball?
When you get your shot, you gonna be ready?
Clippers leading by 7 with 3:33 to go in the first half. Upcoming action on the Superstation. This Friday night, the Atlanta Hawks will take on the Dallas Mavericks. That'll be coming to you from Reunion Arena. Skip Carey, Rick Barry will have that one for you. And then next Tuesday night from Milwaukee, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers and the Milwaukee Bucks, 8:05 Eastern Time. Skip and Rick will be there for that one as well, as NBA action continues all season long right here on the Superstation. The bench for the Clippers, which, as we mentioned, a lot more guys on that bench get playing time than do for Chicago. Thus, they've outscored them by 10.
Well, the 2 players off the Chicago bench are expected to give scoring. As we look at Benjamin work inside, Pippen and Paxson, and Pippen really has trying to work his way back. He has been injured, and in all fairness to him, really has not had a lot of game activity. Inside to Cartwright.
That's been very effective for the Bulls tonight. Cartwright now with 14 points, and he's scored most of them just that way. It's now a 5-point Clipper lead. 3 minutes to go in the half.
Well, you notice how easily it has been for Cartwright to get the ball, and when he's been able to do that, the Bulls have been effective.
Danny Manning sends it over to Norm Nixon. Down to Smith, back out to Nixon. From the top of the circle. His jumper's good. Nixon with 6. And the Clippers lead back up to 7 with 2:42 remaining. Vincent works against Nixon.
Well, they have had this play going right now. They're going to play catch inside. Sellers had a good cut going. Makes a tough shot.
Another rebound for Benoit Benjamin. He now has 6 boards in this first half. Quentin Daly along the baseline. Had to change the shot at the last minute. Missed it. Michael Jordan clears for the Bulls. Chicago trying to get that lead by the Clippers. Cut to 5. They give it to Michael. Michael operating along the baseline. Quentin Daly reached in and fouled him. That's the 3rd on Daly.
Daly thinks he got all ball. We'll give you a chance to see if Daly was right. What is that on that red sweatband?
That's called an arm, Quentin.
Foul is on Quentin Daly. His 3rd.
So with 3 fouls now, Quentin Daly will sit down.
Replacing Charles Smith.
Charles Smith also takes a seat for the Clippers. Ken Norman is checked in, along with Tom Garrick for Los Angeles.
Garrick has no respect for Jordan, that's for sure. He's a little guy that is just breathing all over Jordan. Of course, he's a player that was on the team that released him just before the season. They brought him back. He wants to make sure that Gene Shoes remembers his name and keeps him going in the game and doesn't send him back to the CBA.
So Michael Jordan will be at the line. We want to remind you that we've only got 2:03 to go in this first half, and at halftime, the Prudential Halftime Report. Craig Sager will be in our Atlanta studios. NBA news, scores, and highlights from around the league. Plus, tonight, a feature on a big comeback player this year, Norm Nixon. We hope you'll stay with Craig for that. Just a typical night for Michael Jordan last night. He did all that without going to the free throw line once. He's 6 out of 6 from the line in this game. Now has 10 points in the ball game, and it's a 5-point lead for the Clippers.
2 minutes left. Denver, 2 minutes.
Garrick over to Nixon. Nixon's jumper won't go. Jordan skies for his 5th rebound.
Well, the Clippers were able to get the lead with the killer G's. They had Grant and Garrick putting pressure on the ball, pushing the ball up the court. Chicago has come back in the game by going through Bill Cartwright. He misses that opportunity. Benjamin trying to lead the break.
Don't you think, Steve, you'll see a lot of that from this Clipper team this year because of the youth on this team? They're going to have a lot of good spurts, and then they're going to have their bad moments, too, in games.
They're going to be an inconsistent team, but I think they will get better when they understand the type of game which is most effective for them. Benjamin had the right idea, but that pass was a little bit too hard for Manning to handle.
Jordan back out to Vincent. He's open for the jumper, and he hits it. Sam Vincent with 4. And that Clipper lead down to 3 points now with 1:13 remaining. Talk to people around the league. A lot of them seem to feel that this Clipper team resembles the Cleveland Cavaliers of a couple of years ago. They were rebuilding with all the young players. Look what they've become this year.
At least in potential. You know what the Cleveland management did, and if the Clippers are smart, they use them as a role model and say, we're going to lose some games, but we're not going to lose some games for the next 3 years. And by the time those 2 or 3 years are up, they're going to be a team that's going to be taking names.
Horace Grant now has 7 rebounds. Michael Jordan now has 12 points. It's just a 1-point lead now.
22nd timeout.
22nd timeout will be taken here by the Clippers.
20.
That lead has been cut from 11 points to 1 point by the Chicago Bulls in the last several minutes, and only 45 seconds remain in the first half.
Well, the Bulls settled down and decided on a attack point, and it was in the middle. First they went through Cartwright. Now they come back and put Jordan down on the box. They've come through him on the last 2 or 3 possessions. It's either turned out to be a shot for Sam Vincent, free throws, and a shot for Michael Jordan. So as we look at Billy Crystal, and the Stars are out tonight. Did you bring them?
Must be this ball club.
we know that they now know at least where to attack this team, and it has paid dividends for them. Previously, in the first 8 minutes of play, when they'd only scored 8 points, they didn't have any idea where to go to score.
It's been pretty much a three-man game. 36 of the Chicago 48 points have been scored by 3 players. Cartwright with 14, Jordan with 12, Grant with 10. Back outside Nixon. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And the turnover gives it back to Chicago. The Bulls can grab the lead here. You see the time remaining in the quarter. There are 18 seconds left on the shot clock.
Part of good offense is putting the ball into players in areas where they can do some business. And if you don't do that, then you end up with those dry spells. Come back to Cartwright down on the box.
5 seconds left to shoot it. Vincent's going to take it from the baseline. It won't go for him. Rebound kept alive by Benjamin out to Garrick. Garrick will not be able to get the shot off before the horn sounds. So the Clippers will have to settle for a 1-point lead. As we have completed quarter number 2 here at the Sports Arena. Our halftime score, the LA Clippers 49, the Chicago Bulls 48. The Bulls in that first half, he had 12 points, he had 6 rebounds, he had 6 assists in that first half. For the Clippers, they've been led by Benoit Benjamin with 7 boards and Charles Smith with 5.
You know, Pete, the interesting thing about this game when you talk about power outages is how a team can suddenly go dead for periods of time. The Bulls for 8 minutes scored 10 points, and then in the final 4 they come up with another 10 and really get competitive in the ball game. Jordan settled down along with the rest of the Chicago Bulls. They found a point of attack. You see the numbers, and this is a bad game for Jordan. His numbers are good, but this is a bad game so far because he really has not been the force that he's capable of being and dominating the activity out on the floor.
But it could happen at any time. We've seen it happen before. Most recently last week against the Atlanta Hawks when Michael Jordan took over that game in the final 2 minutes and in the overtime. It is Sellers, Grant, Vincent, Jordan, and Cartwright on the court for the Chicago Bulls.
With Daly and Nixon, you don't get near that type of pressure. I guess that was enough. Vincent threw that one right out of the gym.
Jordan had in mind stealing it right back, but the Clippers able to get it down the court to Quentin Daly. His shot won't go. And a loose ball foul call. Going to be called against Cartwright. His second personal.
And that's what rookies do. They chase balls that veterans don't chase. Now, Cartwright thought that was going to go out of bounds, and before he could really get after it, there was Charles Smith in there. He tried to knock it away, picked up the personal.
Nixon gets it inbounds, gives it over to Benjamin. Charles Smith, rookie out of Pittsburgh, working against Sellers and drawing the foul. Brad Sellers committing his second.
One of the things that I like about Charles Smith is his ability to put the ball on the floor. That may not have been as apparent at Pittsburgh as it is now, but he's got some very good ball handling skills and can attack you from out on the floor, which really makes him a force from the forward position.
Charles Smith probably got a little more playing time than he normally would have in the early part of this season. He would have gotten a lot of playing time, but he probably got a few more minutes in the absence of Danny Manning. Manning not being available all through the preseason and through the first few games of this season.
Well, I think the guy that may be hurt more than anybody in this will be Ken Norman. Norman is a guy that last year found his identity and got a chance to play at the end of the season, worked real hard and was really doing well. There's pressure by the Bulls. By the Clippers.
Sellers able to beat the pressure, getting the ball down court. Now it comes back out to Vincent. A 2-point Clipper lead. That free throw that was missed by Charles Smith, the first missed by either side in the game tonight.
But to try to complete the thought, Norman, playing time will probably be cut down because Manning and Smith will play the larger share and are really probably more polished players. Benjamin picks up the personal foul.
Number 24, Bill Cartwright, his third.
Excuse me. No, they called the offensive foul on Cartwright instead. That's his third personal. So the ball goes back to the Clippers. Clippers up by 2. Benjamin to Smith. Nixon has Vincent on him. Backs away with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Down low to Benoit. His turnaround jumper won't go. Michael Jordan pulls away the rebound for Chicago. takes it. It won't go for him. Rebound is kept alive, tipped out by Cartwright. Vincent comes away with it off to Sellers, and his jumper goes. Brad Sellers with the first Chicago points of the second half to tie the score with 10.5 minutes to go third quarter.
Well, Sellers is the type of player that offensively, if he's going well, the rest of his game picks up. And he really hasn't had a chance to get involved offensively tonight.
He was a big factor early in the game against Atlanta last week. Benjamin.
They're looking for the double. Good pass from Benjamin to Norman.
And Ken Norman with his 8th point. Gives the lead back to the L.A. Clippers. 52-50 with 10:10 to go in the third. Cartwright working against Benjamin. That's what worked so well for the Bulls in the first half. Cartwright now with 16 points. His high this season has been 21. Looks like he might surpass that tonight. Daly, partially blocked by Jordan. Benjamin comes up with a loose ball and puts it home. Benoit Benjamin with 11. Clippers by 2. Michael seems to be getting a little more involved offensively, but he can't get a shot to fall. That's a couple he's missed. Jordan trying for the steal, lost it out of bounds.
Well, that was a tough try by Jordan, and those are the ones that really make you ooh and ah as he came across the middle, hung, and then shot the ball on the way down. But he's capable of, exploding in a period, and the more he gets going offensively, the more dangerous he is.
Only 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Nixon converts. Norm Nixon now has 8 points, and the Clippers have built up a 4-point lead. 9 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Michael looks inside, back out to Vincent. Vincent had 9 assists in that first half. Looks for another one there. Can't get it as the Bulls can't find a hot shooter. And now the Clippers can open up a 6-point lead. Charles Smith hits the jumper. That's one of his assets. He's 6'10", but he can hit that outside jump shot. He has 10 points. A 20-second timeout. Going to be taken here by the Chicago Bulls with 8:41 remaining in the third quarter. Want to remind you that SEC football comes up this Saturday, our final regular season telecast from Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, the annual match between the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech and the Bulldogs of Georgia. 12:30 Eastern Time. Bob Neal and Tim Foley will have that for you right here on the Superstation. 58-52 Clippers with 8:41 remaining in this third quarter. The Juice is here. OJ. Actor,
producer,
star of many television commercials. I'm sure he has plans to take in that USC Notre Dame contest right across the street from the sports arena at the Coliseum in a couple of days.
I'm sure Doug Collins told his team, fellas, remember how we got back in the game? We went through the center. Somehow, some way, we went through the center. They try to use Jordan as a passer this time. The ball is knocked out of bounds. They'll have 5 seconds to get it up and down.
Benoit Benjamin interfered
5 seconds left
with that last pass. Only 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Sellers into Cartwright. Cartwright takes the jumper with just a couple of seconds remaining. Grant the rebound, puts it home. Horace Grant now with 12 points. And it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead. Smith back to Nixon. Norman down low to Benjamin over Cartwright. Won't go for him. Cartwright clears for the Bulls. Over to Michael. 5 rebounds now for Cartwright along with Sellers. Sellers into Grant, and Grant for 2 more. Grant has 14. It's a 2-point Clipper lead. 7:50 remaining third quarter.
With the group that the Bulls have out on the floor, you would think they would try to push the running game a little bit more, but they don't really look for it that often. Norman over the top.
Going to be short, and the rebound pulled away by Cartwright. And Chicago can tie it up here, trailing by 2 with 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Looking down for Cartwright. Back out to Vincent. And going through the lane, Vincent was fouled. Danny Manning's going to check in. Norm Nixon committing his first personal.
Foul on number 10, Norm Nixon. His first team foul.
Manning is in. Charles Smith sits down for the Clippers. Smith sitting down with 10 points. Vincent taking it over Nixon. Vincent now with 6. And we're tied at 58. Quickly down the other way to Norman. His shot won't go. Sellers tipping it out to Vincent. And Chicago can grab the lead back here. Sellers along that baseline. Benjamin coming in to try to block it. Is going to be called for his 3rd personal.
Sellers thought he was going to be in clean as Vincent delivered the ball, and it's a late reaction by Benjamin as he tries to get a piece of the ball, gets the arm, and Sellers will go to the free throw line.
Sellers an 80% free throw shooter on the year. He has 4 points tonight. This is his first trip to the line. In fact, the only Chicago player other than Sellers that has been to the free throw line is Michael Jordan. Well, the Bulls have the lead back, 59-58. As a team, Chicago is still perfect from the free throw line. They're 8 of 8 from the line. They lead it by 2. There's your time left in the 3rd quarter. Norman over Grant. It's short. Grant pulls away the rebound. 9 boards now for Horace Grant.
They want to find Cartwright as they try to come back on this side to center the ball. Vincent on the drive.
Good go for him. Benoit Benjamin pulls away his 10th rebound. Clippers trying to tie it. Michael Jordan has the steal. 2 Clippers are back. Jordan being bothered a little bit by Nixon. Got it to Grant, and Grant is fouled by Ken Norman. Even with 2 players back, Michael Jordan still able to operate for the Chicago Bulls. The Clippers calling a timeout here. Stops the clock with 6:20. It's Chicago by 2. We'll be right back.
We're not a company.
But outstanding people come to us every day.
People who want to make a contribution to a team and do work that really counts.
People eager to see new places, do the unusual, and find the unusual.
People who become your friends for life. People just like you.
We're not a company.
We're your country.
We're the Navy.
The Air Force.
The Marines.
The Army.
We're the armed forces.
It's a great place to start.
That's a snow leopard. I've seen one this far south. Yeah. What's that? Koala. He's probably looking for eucalyptus leaves. Yeah. Shh. It's a tiger and a panda.
Come to Wendy's for the cuddliest wild animals your kids have ever seen and help us help the World Wildlife Fund protect the real ones.
What's that? Mom, I think we're in trouble.
They're cute and cuddly and only at Wendy's at a special price.
Portions of tonight's game are brought to you by Honda, who invites you to test drive the Accord LXI 4-door sedan at your local Honda dealer. And by Wendy's, the best burgers in the business.
It is 60-58. Chicago leading the Clippers with 6:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Pete Van Weer and Steve Jones with you from the Sports Arena in Los Angeles. And these 2 teams out here tonight, great examples of how important the first round in the NBA draft can be. Look at the number of players first on the Chicago team that were first-round draft picks.
Well, the thing about the draft is in order to get good, you have to be bad. The Chicago Bulls at one time were a bad basketball team. They have gotten better because of that low position in the draft. The same can be said of the Los Angeles Clippers. The difference is the Bulls go all the way back to 1978. They go to 1982. So,
yeah, in fact, 6 of those players in the last 2 years, 3 in 88, 3 in 87. Joe Wolf on the injured list should be coming off within the next week for the Clippers. And as we get set to resume here, Horace Grant will be at the line. Young player in just his 2nd year out of Clemson, averaging 13 points, 9 rebounds a game. He has 14 points in the game tonight.
you can see why Collins was willing to make the deal for Oakley with Horace Grant there. Grant is a more accomplished offensive player, can play further out on the floor. And even though they give up something in rebound and perhaps physical play, they get more in his aggressiveness and overall floor activity.
That was the first free throw missed by the Bulls tonight after making their first 9. Chicago up by 3. Danny Manning out to Nixon. Nixon takes an off-balance shot. Rebound pulled away by Michael Jordan. And Chicago can build that lead up to 5 now. Charles Smith getting ready to check back in for the Clippers.
Well, Jordan is just prowling around like a big cat now and waiting to spring. They get a 3-second violation against Grant as they try to look inside. Charles Smith is going to come back in the game. And that means Norman's going to sit down, so they'll have what will probably be the mainstay of the lineup for most of the season. Smith, Benjamin, and Manning all in on the front line, and a big active front line for the Clippers.
And the veteran guard, Norm Nixon, to quarterback this unit. 61-58, Chicago by 3. Quentin Daly takes the shot over Jordan and hits it. Quentin Daly with 7 points. Makes it a 1-point Chicago lead. Sellers almost walked with the ball. Gets it off to Vincent. Vincent already with 11 assists in the game. That's a season high for him. Michael Jordan is wide open.
Michael Jordan.
His first points of the second half. He now has 14 in the game. It's a 3-point Chicago lead. And the turnover will give it right back to the Bulls. So once again, Chicago can get it up to 5. In it comes to Cartwright. Benjamin partially blocked the shot. Smith comes up with a loose ball for the Clippers, gets it off to Norm Nixon.
Manning wants it against Brad Sellers down low to see if he can do any business. Left hand, no good.
Cartwright the rebound for the Bulls. He's pulled down 7 rebounds tonight. Jordan has Manning on him, and Manning's going to be called for the foul. His second personal.
Foul number 25, Danny Manning, his second 14th foul.
Gary Grant, the rookie out of Michigan, replaces Norm Nixon on the court for the Clippers.
Jordan has a great first step, and the thing that really makes it difficult for him is if you get real close on him, he's going to blow by you. That's what Manning did. That's what got him in foul trouble. Manning rebound.
And gives it off to Gary Grant. Grant down to Daly. Daly trying to get a hot hand in this third quarter. Gets his 4th point of the quarter, his 9th of the game. And cuts that Chicago lead down to 1 with 4:10 remaining in the third. Cartwright came up short. Smith clears for the Clippers. And the Clippers can grab the lead here. Right back out to Gary Grant. His jumper is short. Sellers the rebound off to Michael.
You see Cartwright directing traffic, wanted the ball across the other side, made a good move, but Benjamin made a better play, and then just lobbed the ball out there, and Manning couldn't run it down.
4 blocked shots in the game for Benoit Benjamin, who coming into the game was ranked 6th in the league, averaging just over 2 blocks a night.
Cartwright got the ball where he wanted, but was a little out of control, which allowed Benjamin to really get in good position, and then Benjamin trying to push the break, threw the ball too far.
Vincent will bring it down for Chicago. Bulls leading it by 1, 3.5 to go in the third quarter. They get it into Cartwright. He had a little trouble coming up with the pass cleanly, but controlled it quickly and got his 18th point. Well, it's a 3-point lead now for Chicago. Just over 3 minutes to go, third quarter. The rookie Gary Grant bringing the ball down against Sam Vincent from rival schools, Michigan and Michigan State. Quentin Daly's shot blocked out of bounds.
Timeout.
And a timeout's going to be taken here by Chicago with 2:59 remaining in the third quarter. And the Chicago Bulls leading in what is now a low-scoring game, just 65-62.
It has a classic design and an engine that sings.
Tutta la forza che te lo cucina
tastes better than a nice cold one is a cold filtered one.
Can you draft anymore?
Because if you want a beer whose rich, smooth draft taste hasn't been changed by heat pasteurization, we've got it down cold. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. It's as real as beer gets.
Basketball, the American game played worldwide.
A lot of other games on our Wendy's NBA scoreboard tonight. The Celtics beating Charlotte. Kevin McHale had 26 in that win. Cleveland suffers only its second loss of the year. Charles Barkley had a big night for the 76ers, as he normally does. The Lakers easy over Miami. Miami now winless in their first 8.
Well, that was
a big win for the Knicks. The Pistons have only lost 2 of their first 11 games.
A confidence builder after losing last night. Sam Perkins with a big night for the Dallas Mavericks. Terry Cummings comes back after suffering a hard night at Indiana.
And Atlanta 2/3 of the way through that Texas triangle, not having any success against those teams. Utah beat Houston. New Jersey beat Phoenix. Seattle leads Golden State in the third. 65-62 is our score here. Chicago on top, 2:49 remaining, and Quentin Daly just beat the time clock. He has 11. It's a 1-point Chicago lead.
Well, Daly has been the firepower here in the third period of play. The Chicago Bulls are still trying to work through the middle. Good pressure on the ball, and that'll force the ball to come back out to Jordan.
Jordan works against Daly. Corzine comes away with a rebound, scores the basket.
Basket good.
And drew the foul.
Foul number 54,
Charles Smith committing his second.
That's his second. And the 15th foul.
Even though Jordan is not having one of those spectacular nights where all of these shots go in, he's drawing enough attention where people are out of position. Greg Kite went in trying to get the rebound and committed himself a little bit too soon. That allowed Corzine to get the foul, picks up the personal foul.
Corzine completes the three-point play. Jordan from the field, only 4 from 11 so far in this game. He's well down in his scoring with only 14 points. But that could change at any time. What a move by the rookie Gary Grant out of Michigan. His 6th point. That's a 2-point lead. Scottie Pippen has checked back into the Chicago lineup. Jordan operates against Smith. Accelerates into the lane. His shot partially blocked. Kite had it, lost it. Picked up by Gary Grant. Here come the Clippers with a chance to tie. Daly underneath to Smith, and Smith stuffs it home. Charles Smith with 12. We are tied at 68 with 1:40 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, offensive judgment is important, and Michael Jordan tonight has been forcing a lot of tough shots. Good, strong drive by Sam Vincent.
Vincent with 8 gives the lead to Chicago by 2. Beautiful pass to Quentin Daly. Daly has 8 in the corner, 13 on the night. We are tied at 70. Vincent takes it again, this time from right of the lane. Danny Manning pulls away the rebound. Starts the break himself, a 3-on-2 to Smith, who finishes it. That's one of the reasons why Danny Manning is worth all that money. He can rebound, he can shoot, and he can start the break himself.
Which means that the people get off their feet. Everyone loves transition basketball now. Tough try by Sam Vincent. Manning gets the ball and decides on his own. Fellas, let's go to the other end and find out what's going on. He's in the middle, swings a pass over to Charles Smith, who hammers it home.
So that gives the lead back to the Clippers, 72-70, with 1:04 to go in this third quarter. Chicago calling a timeout. And while we have a moment, let's remind you that the NBA on TBS continues on Friday night. It'll be the Hawks and the Dallas Mavericks. Hawks have lost to both Houston and San Antonio on this road trip. Dallas defeated Denver tonight. Skip Carey, Rick Barry will have that one for you, 8:05. Then next Tuesday night, the Portland Trail Blazers and the Milwaukee Bucks get together in Milwaukee's new building, 8:05 Eastern Time. Skip and Rick will be along for that one right here on the Superstation. We've got a good one here, 72-70. Clippers in a seesaw affair have turned it around, as you see, in the last minute and 42 seconds to get the lead back. They led it by 1 at the half. They were down by 2 at the end of the first quarter. It's been a close ball game all night, Steve.
So I know you'll ask me how they did it. Well, shot selection, and we talked about offensive judgment, is really key. And when you're taking tough shots and they don't go in, the other team then gets a chance to come back either by pushing the ball up the court, as we saw Manning do after the rebound, or by a good offensive set. Daly scores over the top. They come back with a good play inside for Daly. Charles Smith inside, and then the break, and they have control of the game at this point with 1:04 to go in the game.
Of course, the one weapon that the Chicago Bulls have, as you look at Elgin Baylor, the general manager of this Clippers team, the one weapon the Chicago Bulls have that can ignite at any time is Michael Jordan. He waited until about midway through the fourth quarter against the Atlanta Hawks last week before he really took over the game. He's only tried, what, 12 field goal attempts in 29 minutes tonight. Hit only 4 of them.
Well, the 12 he's taken, I would say 8 of them have been really tough acrobatic shots. And, you know, Jordan has tried to keep everyone involved in the game, and at some point he's going to have to establish himself as a guy that's going to make a difference in this game tonight. Grant and Quentin Daly in a pushing match. I think this call is going to go against Quentin Daly. That's his 4th personal foul.
And Daly has had a hot hand in this third quarter with 8 of his 13 points. Now has picked up a 4th personal.
Well, they lose some of the offensive firepower, but they get that defensive intensity when they come Tom Garrett in the game. Jordan sits down. John Paxson replaces him, so the pressure could really have a bigger effect with the backcourt that they have now that Doug Collins has out on the floor.
Horace Grant with 15 points on the night. He's 1 out of 2 from the line. And he can tie it up if he hits both of these. Misses the first one. Missed them both. Rebound pulled down by Charles Smith. And the Clippers can build that lead up to 4 points now. Only 40 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Running a play for Charles Smith against Horace Grant, but he couldn't get the shot to fall.
And Grant pulls down his 10th rebound. Gives it off to Vincent. There are 17 seconds left in the 24-second clock. Vincent looking at that clock as it gets down to 10. Moves it over to Grant. 5 seconds left to shoot it. 3 seconds left to shoot it. And Paxson connects for his 4th point. So we're tied at 72. Grant quickly down the other end. You see the time remaining. Grant will take it himself from along that baseline. Won't go. Rebound is loose. And the horn sounds, ending quarter number 3. Well, nothing at all has been decided. We've played 3 quarters here at the Sports Arena in Los Angeles. And we're right back where we started, all tied up at 72.
We're not a company, but no company has more pride in what they do, or more pride in how well they do it. We offer you a meaningful and fulfilling future, one that goes far beyond the ordinary, one that brings with it the respect and admiration of Americans everywhere. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Air Force, the Marines, the Army, the Navy. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
Pure, genuine, never heat pasteurized. A beer that's made unlike any other. Cold filtered to give you the rich, smooth taste of real draft beer. That's the mark of a great beer. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. It's as real as it gets.
Sunday morning, World War II, history's darkest hour. America needed a hero. We needed Patton.
Americans love a winner.
He was born to conquer, no matter what the cost. Where others failed, Patton triumphed. He demanded the impossible and delivered glory.
God help me, I do love it so.
George C. Scott is Patton, the Award Theater presentation. 10:35 Eastern on the Superstation Sunday morning.
Fourth quarter about to begin here at the Sports Arena. A sellout crowd on hand, about 15,000 or so. And here's the way things look after 3 quarters. You can see the shooting percentages about even. Rebounds about even. Turnovers about even. Score is tied.
Well, we've got an even contest, and the big number as you look down at the bottom of the field goal percentage for Michael Jordan. Jordan has had a tough ball game from the field. He's done everything else very well, and that has kept it in an even contest. He will start the fourth period on the bench. The Chicago Bulls will have Paxson, Benson, Grant, Corzine, and Scottie Pippen for you to talk about.
And the Clippers will have 4 rookies. Grant, Manning, Smith, and Garrick out there with the third-year man, Benoit Benjamin. Tied at 72 as the fourth quarter begins. Grant knocked it out for Chicago. L.A. will keep it.
Last year, the Los Angeles Clippers had 96 plays. I don't know if any of the players ever knew. This year, he says he has fewer, but there may still be some confusion in what they'd like to do offensively because they still have so many young people.
Well, Gene was telling us this morning he's still kind of feeling out this club. So many newcomers. He's got to find out what everybody on this team can do. We're going to get a jump ball between Garrick and Paxson.
Well, you see the reaction of Garrick. And we had another chance we could have seen the reaction of John Paxson and said, yeah, I made this play. What? Good hand on the ball, came down, tied it up. Now watch Paxson. Good call.
Tip controlled by Chicago. Grant gives it off to Vincent. Corzine taking it over Benjamin. Grant high in the air for the rebound for the Clippers. Trying to give L.A. the lead. Fires it to Benoit Benjamin. His jumper off the glass falls for him. 13 points for Benjamin. Clippers lead it by 2. Loose ball picked up by Grant. Got a 4-on-2. Garrick sandwiched in between Scottie Pippen and Dave Corzine. He'll go to the free throw line. No, they're going to take it on the side. I thought they might give him the free throws. He was just starting to go toward the basket. Scottie Pippen called for the personal, his second.
Well, the rookies are trying to pick up all the moves. He put his hand right in the air as soon as he heard the whistle, but they definitely said he was on the ground. Jordan will check in the game at the next dead ball.
Garrick works against Paxson, down low to Smith. Smith takes it over Grant and hits it. Charles Smith with 16. Too shy of his season average in his rookie year. And the Clippers have built that lead up to 4 with 10:45 remaining.
They've done a good job of collapsing on the ball. They're going to get Smith against Horace Grant. Benson will leave the ball game. Jordan returns. And we'll see if this is a fourth period in which Jordan takes over.
Third foul called against Charles Smith. Almost stolen by Garrick, and it's off the hands of Paxson. The ball will go to the Clippers. Boy, this kid Tom Garrick's all over the place, isn't he? Very active player.
Well, you know, he was part of that Cinderella team of Rhode Island in the playoffs. And they've certainly done an outstanding job of selecting the talent here with the Clippers. Benjamin down low. Good block. Jordan.
Grant gets it right back, though, and puts it home. Gary Grant with his 8th point. And the Clippers have now opened up a 6-point lead. Chicago has yet to score in this fourth quarter. And the travel violation will give it right back to Los Angeles. Danny Manning gives it back to Grant. And Grant will bring it down for the Clippers, who try to open up an 8-point lead here. Underneath to Manning. His shot no good. The tip by Benjamin is 15 for Benoit Benjamin. And the Clippers have scored 8 points in a row at the outset of this fourth quarter. 9:50 remaining. Michael Jordan turnaround jumper won't go. He just can't buy one tonight. He's now 4 out of 13. Cartwright's going to check back in along with Sellers.
Timeout, Clippers.
And a timeout's been called here by the Clippers. With 9:50 remaining in the game, and Los Angeles leading Chicago by 8.
We're not a company,
But we'll give you a chance to work where there's always a challenge.
We'll give you opportunities to learn, to develop.
To perfect skills that you thought were beyond your reach.
We'll help you build a career that can reward you for the rest of your life.
We're not a company.
We're your country.
We're the Army.
The Navy.
The Air Force.
The Marines.
We're the Armed Forces.
It's a great place to start.
Hey, we talk about playground legends. You gotta bring up a guy named Lamar Mundane. I seen him just rain jump shots on people. 4, 5, 6 shots in a row. People just started calling me Money. Because when he shot, it was money in the bank. He'd come down and shoot a 15-footer. Everybody on the side be hollering, layup. Slam dunks are tough. But when a 35-footer come raining out the sky, it'll wire you up.
When the new legends are made, they'll be wearing Reeboks.
NBA Leaders, brought to you by Honda, first in import owner loyalty for the last 11 years.
Recently, 12 new cars were chosen to compete for the Motor Trend Import Car of the Year award. When the results were in, the top 3 places were won by Honda. CRX SI, Civic, and Prelude. Who says it's lonely at the top?
The Los Angeles Clippers have reeled off 8 points in a row. This rookie-dominated team leading at 80-72 right now, and our Honda leaderboard tonight shows the leading rookie scorers, and as you might expect, with all the rookies on this team, the Clippers figure quite prominently in that list. Good batch of rookies this year in the league, Steve.
They certainly do. They have a couple in that top 5, but the guy that perhaps is surprising everybody right now at the top is Willie Anderson of San Antonio. He's had a couple of tremendous efforts and is averaging close to 20 points a game here in the early part of the season.
And Mitch Richmond over at Golden State, Hersey Hawkins with Philadelphia have made an immediate impact in the league. Michael Jordan at the line looking for his first points of this quarter.
Did you notice that all of these guys were Olympians? Of that 5?
Jordan still hasn't missed a free throw, but he only has 15 points tonight, well below his season average of just under 37 a game. Those are the first 2 points scored by Chicago in this final quarter. Clippers lead it by 6, 9:45 remaining.
Well, it's been a game of surges, and now the pressure is on the Chicago Bulls to reestablish their game. They're trying to do it with some pressure. Good pass to Benjamin.
He missed the shot, got the rebound, and puts it home and drew the foul. He's having a big night. 17 points. He has 13 rebounds now. And he'll go to the free throw line.
Foul on number 54, Horace Grant.
Horace Grant called for his second foul.
For all of those that thought that this might be the swan song of Big Ben this year, he has come to play, and you can see he is playing like a fella that's possessed, goes in strong that time. Now he has a chance for the three-point play. But look at Benjamin. That is a baby-faced kid right there, and we have to remember he was a hardship, and maybe now he's just coming to understand what the NBA is really all about.
He has played much better. Not consistently, but more often this year. That's a 9-point lead now for the Clippers. Sellers takes the long-range jumper. Won't go for him. Michael Jordan the rebound. He drew the foul. Jordan will go back to the line.
Foul on number 54, Charles Smith.
Charles Smith called for his 4th.
Well, as the great ones do, they try to pick it up when the other parts of their game are broken down, and Jordan comes in with another rebound. He's got good rebound numbers, good steal and assist numbers tonight, but has not been able to get it done from the field. But he works to get himself a chance at the free throw line.
He has had so many good shooting nights. Talking to some of the Chicago people, he had a 16-20 night last night against Sacramento. In those 52-point games that he had, and he had 2 of those, one against Boston, one against Philadelphia. In one of those games, he was 24-29 from the field. But he has not been at all hot from out in the field tonight.
Well,
only 4 field goals.
All you can do in that situation is try to work your way through it and try to do it by taking some good shots. Tonight, he's had to take some real tough ones, and that's hurt him.
It's an 8-point Clipper lead. Horace Grant has 17 points. And the Clipper lead is cut to 6 with 9 minutes remaining in the game. Garrick.
The thing that you want to do against the double team is attack the pressure.
Sellers called for his third personal. Chicago not real happy about that call.
This is a delayed call, and you'll see the ball goes up right here. Now watch, they come in, there's a collision right there as he's got his head and shoulders by. Sellers, well, no whistle so far, so it just tapped to the head.
Now it comes into Benjamin, comes back to Grant. Clippers by 6, 8:45 to go in the game. Danny Manning working against Sellers. Shot won't go for him. Cartwright pulls it away. 8th rebound of the night for Cartwright. Gives it off to Michael Jordan. Will Jordan be able to get something going from three-point territory? Paxson.
Paxson is the perfect complement for Jordan, and if you leave him uncovered like that, he will make you pay. The problem for Paxson in the past, he's been reluctant to shoot, seems to be warming to that idea the longer he plays with Michael Jordan.
He has now hit 13 three-point baskets this year. Benoit Benjamin taking the short-range jumper. He has 9 points in the quarter, 20 points in the game. The Clippers lead it by 5, 8 minutes to go.
There's plenty of time and good pressure by the Los Angeles Clippers. They want to get the ball inside to Cartwright.
They do, and he fights his way through 4 white shirts to draw the foul. Quentin Daly will check back in for the Clippers, replacing the rookie Tom Garrick. Watch the crowd Cartwright draws here.
Now Cartwright makes a good move to get Benjamin off his feet. And I don't know when the last time Gary Grant thought he blocked a 7-footer, but he was in there and paid the price as he went down hard trying to make the block.
Gary Grant called for his second. Bill Cartwright's first trip to the line tonight. He's made his last 13 free throws in a row. Thus, that string ends.
Thanks to
13
you.
straight.
Cartwright's had a solid ball game tonight.
He has. Missed them both. A 5-point Clipper lead with 7:40 remaining. Grant brings it across the line for the Clippers. Norman to Grant. Down low to Benoit. Back out to Gary Grant. Hits the long-range jumper and hits it. Grant has 10.
And if you would say, what is the influence of all of these players on Benjamin a year ago, he wouldn't have given that ball up. He would have thrown that one in the air somehow, but he threw it back out. They got a good shot for Grant, pressure by the Los Angeles Clippers.
Sellers hitting the long-range jumper, his 8th point. And it's back to a 5-point Clipper lead with 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Grant works against Paxson. Trying to take it into the lane. Paxson fouled him. His first. Norm Nixon is checked back in.
John Paxson, his first 4th team foul. The Bulls.
Well, somebody doesn't want to come out of the game. It's Grant. He stood and stood and stood. But he finally said, well, I guess I'll have to sit down.
Yeah, they won't let you work with 6 in this league, Gary. Daly. Down to Danny Manning. Manning working against Sellers. Couldn't get the jumper to fall. Michael Jordan pulls away the rebound. Well, the Bulls can get it down to a 3-point Clipper lead if they can score on this possession. Cartwright sends it all the way across to Sellers. He hit his last shot from out there. This one won't go, and Danny Manning pulls down the rebound for the Clippers off to Nixon. Nixon to a wide-open Quentin Daly, but the shot won't fall for him. Michael Jordan has 11 rebounds now.
Well, the Bulls just haven't had any good offensive continuity, and they've got to get themselves in a position where they can get some offensive rhythm. Collins sets a play. Thumbs up. We'll see if they come back to Michael Jordan. No, Paxson goes for 3.
Couldn't get that one to fall for him. Quentin Daly pulls away the rebound. 5:55 remaining. 87-82. Clippers by 5.
They want a 2-man game between Nixon and Benjamin, but they don't get the screen. Benjamin down on the box.
And Cartwright fouled him. That's 4 now on Cartwright. Well, when you you play down there. We saw Cartwright and Moses Malone fight it out all night long in Chicago last week.
That's Bill Cartwright's fourth personal foul.
Going to the line is Benoit Benjamin. Benjamin has not been a good free throw shooter, only 58% this year, but he is 1 for 1 from the line tonight.
Tonight is his night.
It appears to be. 10 in the quarter, 21 in the game now, just 4 away from his season high. Clippers by 6. Grant pulls away the missed shot. He now has 11 rebounds. Ten seconds left on the shot clock. Paxson again from three-point territory. Couldn't get that one to fall. Michael Jordan had it, lost it, and the ball goes back to the Clippers. Benoit Benjamin almost losing it. Gets it off to Norm Nixon. And the Clippers can now open up an 8-point lead. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Quentin Daly into the lane. Yes. Daly has 15. The Clippers lead it by 8 again. With just over 5 minutes to go, and a timeout's going to be called by Chicago. Well, these fans at the sports arena are loving it. They're trying to watch this Clipper team win their 4th consecutive home game. And they're leading it right now by 8 with 5:02 remaining.
That's a snow leopard. I've seen one this far south. Yeah. What's that? Koala. He's probably looking for eucalyptus leaves. Yeah. Shh. It's a tiger and a panda.
Come to Wendy's for the cuddliest wild animals your kids have ever seen and help us help the World Wildlife Fund protect the real ones.
What's that? Mom, I think we're in trouble.
They're cute and cuddly and only at Wendy's at a special price.
It's new from Polaroid, the Impulse camera. Go where it takes you.
You got to go. Go with your impulse. Go.
Go with the new Polaroid Impulse camera.
You got to go. Oh.
Your meeting. You nervous?
Didn't sleep a wink.
Go with your impulse.
Tonight's Polaroid Picture Perfect Play is brought to you by the new Polaroid Impulse camera. If you're ready for really incredible pictures, go with your Impulse.
Well, Danny Manning was the guy in the middle on the fast break, and he had a picture in his eye, and it was Charles Smith on the wing. Wing cocks the hammer, and it's a shotgun jam. And that point, the crowd is rocking here at the LA Sports Arena.
There you see how the Clippers have outshot the Bulls. Of those 8 field goal attempts, none of them by Michael Jordan in this 4th quarter. He was just not having much of a night offensively. He had 17 points, only 4 field goals.
Well, there are going to be nights like this, and certainly have to find another way to score. But again, good offensive judgment always helps you get going. Jordan is capable of doing some other things. Passes to Cartwright.
Cartwright shot won't go. Rebound tipped out to Vincent. Vincent getting the ball underneath to Jordan. Jordan to Grant. Benoit Benjamin comes up with another block. But Scottie Pippen controls for Chicago. 4:40 remaining. I think that's 5 blocks tonight now for Benjamin.
In the first 8 minutes of play, Cartwright begs for the ball against the smaller Quentin Daly and draws a foul.
And Daly in some trouble now. That's his 5th.
The Chicago Bulls in this 8 minutes of play in the final period have looked disoriented and confused about where they wanted to go in the point of attack. So in 2 periods, they've done this. In the first period, they established their game. They lost it in the second period, came back to it in the third period, and here in the 4th period, they've suffered from the same problem. Cartwright on the line for 2.
Cartwright with 18 points tonight. He's 0 for 2 from the line. There's his 19th point. His season high for Chicago has been a 21-point performance.
Now, the Bulls are not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination.
By 7.
Even though they haven't exhibited any control, the Clippers are also capable of dying in the water, so they've got to come back with some good defensive pressure, force that ball to come up over the top.
It's a 6-point Clipper lead. You see the time left, 4:25. Benoit Benjamin has been the man. Benjamin with 11 points in the quarter, 22 on the night. And he'll have a chance to make it 23 and to give that Clipper club a 9-point lead.
No emotion, you be the judge. Down on the box, Benjamin working hard, a tough fadeaway jump shot, and he gets it to go in.
And converts the 3-point play. And he's also got Bill Cartwright, who's been a key on the offense for Chicago tonight, in some foul trouble now. Cartwright playing with 5 personals. Grant to Michael Jordan. Look at the crowd he draws.
Oh, it's an offensive foul.
Jordan called for his 3rd.
Jordan right here, and it probably typifies the kind of night that he's had. He's passed up opportunities that would have perhaps been easier, trying to make something happen. The Bulls come back with pressure.
The Clippers' biggest lead has been an 11-point lead. They could have done it if they had scored on that trip down the court, but they turn it over, and Jordan takes it in, and goaltending's going to be called. So Jordan picks up just his 5th field goal of the night. It's a 7-point lead now for the Clippers. Michael Jordan on the night now has 19 points. 3:45 remaining in the game. Pressure defense, the trap on Norm Nixon.
Timeout.
And a timeout's going to be called here by the Clippers. They'll have 12 seconds left on the shot clock when we resume. 3:40 remaining in the game. Los Angeles up by 7. Clippers leading Chicago 93-86 with 3:40 remaining in the game. A reminder that Friday night NBA action on TBS will feature the Atlanta Hawks and the Dallas Mavericks, 8:05 Eastern Time from Reunion Arena in Dallas. Skip Carey, Rick Barry will be along with that one. Then next Tuesday night, it'll be Portland-Milwaukee at 8:05 Eastern Time. Skip and Rick will have that one for you. NBA action all season long, every Tuesday and Friday, and an occasional Wednesday, right here on the Superstation.
Well, Pete, Jordan has had a tough night tonight, and I hate to be the next team on the schedule because somebody is going to pay for this game tonight. Nixon.
Norm Nixon now has 10, and the Clippers' lead is up to 9 points again. Chicago's next game is at Denver, and the pace that the Denver ball club plays at home. Don't tell her what Michael might do if he gets a hot hand. He might be getting a hot hand here. 21 points for Jordan. It's a 7-point Clipper lead with just over 3 minutes remaining. Michael beginning to get that look in his eye again.
Well, you saw that piece with Isaiah Thomas talking about the players he liked to see match up, and he talked about Jordan, and when he gets that tongue wagging, he really means some serious business. You see it come out as they begin to triple team him. He's going to make some things happen. Vincent can't get it down.
Norman pulls away the rebound. 2:40 the time left. Clippers 95, Bulls 88.
They wave everyone away. They want to isolate down on the box with Danny Manning. Pippen gambled. Manning couldn't control it, so they get a turnover.
That is 16 turnovers now by this young Clipper team. Not surprisingly, they are one of the teams in the league that commits an average over 22 turnovers a game. That's the second highest in the league. Only Houston commits more, and just barely.
Well, the turnovers haven't hurt him. Jordan comes in, leaves it for Vincent.
6 blocks for Benoit Benjamin to go along with 24 points and 13 rebounds. Willis Reed, who was Benoit Benjamin's coach at Creighton, always felt that Benoit could become a dominant player in this league. And tonight he's showing you just a little bit of that potential. Michael Jordan didn't even move that net. as he hit the three-pointer. He's got 10 in the quarter, 24 in the game. It's all of a sudden a 4-point ball game.
Jordan halves the total, but that was a good shot for Jordan. Had everybody backpedaling.
Nixon down to Benjamin. And Benoit does it again. Benjamin now with a season-high 26 points. Jordan double-teamed, and he's fouled.
The thing the Clippers want to do is use good defensive judgment and also maintain their composure. Yes, you want pressure on the ball. Jordan really has not been that explosive, even though he's got 10 in the period and just hit that three-pointer. He has taken some tough shots. You want to make him continue to take those tough shots and prove to you that eventually he's going to strike a match and get hot.
You know, it's somewhat comical when you see a graphic like we just saw, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and you say he's having a bad night. Any other player in the league would love to have numbers like that with a minute 34 to go in a ball game. 12 points in the quarter, 26 in the game now for Michael Jordan. It's a 4-point Clipper lead, a minute and a half to go. Manning all the way down to the line to Benoit Benjamin. It comes back outside to Nixon.
Benjamin's wide open in the middle, but they don't see him.
Quentin Daly was hammered by Sellers as he went toward the basket.
Number 2, Brad Sellers, is 4.
So it'll be Quentin Daly going to the line. Daly has 15 points tonight. Bill Cartwright has checked back in for Chicago, replacing Scottie Pippen. Pippen playing just his 3rd game since coming back from back surgery. Hasn't been that much of a factor tonight for Chicago. Not as much as he was in the first 2 games he played. Clippers lead by 5 with a minute 18 remaining.
Well, maybe it's contagious. When the captain of the ship has bad judgment, then maybe everybody else does. Pippen suffered from the same problem that Jordan did. Really didn't know what he wanted to do offensively.
It's a 6-point LA lead, a minute 10 remaining. They give it to Michael. 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
See, they're still that confused. They don't know where they want to go. The ball is knocked away. They'll get 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, they'll have 5 seconds left to shoot it. Less than a minute to play in the game now. Just 56 seconds remaining.
5 seconds on the 24-second clock. 5 seconds.
99-93 Clippers. The timeout will be called by Chicago.
Timeout, Chicago.
Clippers leading it by 6 with 56 seconds remaining here at the LA Sports Arena. We'll be back with more from Los Angeles, but right now back to our Atlanta studios and Craig Sager.
Well, thank you, Pete. Absolutely no games in the NBA on Thursday, a day of Thanksgiving and, of course, football. The NBA returns Friday with 8 games, including our telecast of Atlanta and Dallas. All but 3 teams in action tonight, including Seattle at Golden State. And speaking of football, 49ers coach Bill Walsh on hand after his big victory Monday night over Washington. Dale Ellis comes through, hits from 3-point range. And Seattle on the road at Golden State, winning 93-85. Utah was able to outlast Houston by 3, 111-118. New Jersey traveling to Phoenix, coming up a big winner by 4 on the road. Mark Aguirre, 22 points and a club record 17 assists as Dallas turned back Denver in a game shown here on the Superstation. Team meeting didn't help. The Atlanta Hawks lose again on the road where they are 3-5. Milwaukee winning at home over Washington. Patrick Ewing, 37 points, 12 rebounds to give Detroit its first loss at home. Charles Barkley took matters into his own hands. 30 points, 18 rebounds from Philadelphia. Charlotte put up a game but was not able to pull it away. They lose to Boston. Kevin McHale with 26. And Miami's worst loss ever. They're now 0-8. I'll see you Friday. Let's go back to Pete Van Wieren and Steve Jones.
Okay, thank you, Craig. There's your score. It is 99-93. Clippers by 6, 56 seconds remaining. Want to remind you to stay with TBS right after our game tonight. Mitchell is our motion picture feature with Linda Evans, John Saxon, Joe Don Baker. Story of a tough police detective on the trail of a murderer and a drug dealer coming up next right here on the Superstation. Nixon, Manning, Benjamin, Norman, and Daly on the court for the Clippers. Jordan, Cartwright, Sellers, Vincent, and Paxson. Paxson, of course, always a three-point threat. It was his three-pointer against Atlanta last Friday that sent that game into overtime.
Well, when you see this lineup, you know that they're thinking about coming over the top from three-point range. And the Los Angeles Clippers want a 20-second timeout to make sure that they're matched up and they know their defensive assignment. The thing that they don't want to do is foul on a three-point field goal attempt. You want to make that player shoot it as deep out on the floor as you possibly can, but you don't want to foul and give them a chance for four.
The only three players on the team who have even attempted a three-pointer for the Bulls this year are Paxson, Vincent, and Jordan. Paxson has fired up over 30 of them, connected on 13.
The player that has the greatest ability to get the three-point shot off is Michael Jordan. He can do it on his own, and he can just jump over people. And tonight we'll have to see if he really is of a mind to just take that shot. He took one earlier, made it, and hasn't looked from three-point range since then.
Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Cartwright had the ball stripped away. But Darryl Garretson blew the whistle. And Norm Nixon's going to be called for his second personal, much to his chagrin.
A good entry pass from Brad Sellers. They recognized the defense was broken down in the middle. They dropped the ball off to him, and even though Cartwright didn't have good control of the ball, that forced Nixon and the Clippers to react, and Cartwright's at the line.
Cartwright at the line. He has 20 points tonight. He's 2 out of 4 from the free throw line, and he has just matched his season high with 21. His career high is 38.
It's probably the ugliest style in the NBA, but it's also very effective, and he gets them both.
So Cartwright now with a season high 22. It's a 4-point Clipper lead. There's your time remaining.
Now what the Clippers want to do is keep the ball in the hands of good ball handlers right now, and also good free throwers. Manning on penetration.
Off to Quentin Daly, and Daly got knocked all over the place.
I think that's going to be it for Cartwright.
Foul number 24.
So Bill Cartwright fouls out of the game.
Sixth personal foul.
He leaves the ball game with a season high 22 points. And Quentin Daly will be at the line.
Well, Daly is a guy that's been a plus 80% free thrower throughout his career, so they know that they'll at least come away with one of these.
It'll have to be the second one.
And Gary Grant for the Clippers.
Benjamin out of the ball game right now.
Daly does make the second one. He has 18 points. It's a 5-point Clipper lead. You see the time remaining. Grant to Paxson. Pippen from three-point territory couldn't get it to fall. Rebound tipped by Manning over to Daly. Daly on the run. Pippen stripped it away from him, knocked it out of bounds. What a beautiful little play there by Danny Manning. Just tipping that ball to get it into the hands of Quentin Daly and get it down the other end of the court.
Well, those are the things that make all of those that know a little bit about basketball recognize the contribution that Manning will make to this team.
Comes in to Nixon. You see the time left. There are 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Paxson commences second.
There was a 5-second differential, or 4-second differential, 23 in the game, 19 on the shot clock. They knew if they just let him have that ball, they would hold it for the 19. They would only have 4 seconds to even attempt to play, so they're going to try to kill the clock, come back and get a three-pointer, and then make another attempt at a steal to get back in the game.
Clippers lead it by 7. Norm Nixon has 12. Chicago calling a timeout. They only have 23 seconds to do something about a 7-point Clipper lead, and they've used up their last timeout now.
Well, I don't know any 7-second plays. I mean, teams have broken down in these situations in the past, and and fortunately, they have been able to come out with a win. But tonight, the Chicago Bulls have not really demonstrated anything here in the fourth period of play that would say that they have the wherewithal to get control of this game. This has been a struggle for them, and they have been fortunate to stay within 7. But with 23 seconds left, a confident Gene Shue looks on and gives instructions to his team.
This is part of a tough road trip for the Chicago Bulls. They played in Sacramento last night, won there. They're in danger of losing here to the Clippers tonight. And the road trip continues. They go to Denver for a game on Saturday, then 3 more games on the road next week at Golden State, at Utah, and at Dallas before they get home.
Well, it's always interesting, the paranoia of coaches. They reach in as the camera comes in, and Phil Jackson puts his book there. But that's not a 7-second play, Phil.
Only 23 seconds to go, 102-95. Clippers trying to win their 4th straight home game. But what a difference in the atmosphere around this Los Angeles Clippers team with all these young players. A couple of the members of the front office telling us this morning that it used to be you had to sell the opponent. You had to say, come to the sports arena and see Michael Jordan, see Dominique Wilkins, see Moses Malone, see players who were superstars for other teams. Now the Clippers beginning to develop their own little group of budding stars. And the fans are coming out an average of 3,000 more per game so far in the early season.
And, you know, they're clean here at home, so the team feels very confident about their chances of producing a victory here at the sports arena. So that's going to make them more competitive, and that's going to pull some people in to watch them play.
Chicago out of timeouts. Just 23 seconds to go. Clippers are up by 7. Horace Grant will start it in for the Bulls.
All the Clippers want is possession of the basketball, so they can give the Bulls an opportunity. Jordan looking for 3.
He'll take it from way downtown. Couldn't get it to fall. Tipped by Tippin, no good. Tipped by Grant, no good. Finally, they get the tip from Sellers to fall. But it's going to be too little, too late. 5-point lead, 14 seconds to go.
Now, unless the Clippers go totally to sleep and you get another foul right there, there's no way that these guys are going to be able to lose this basketball game tonight.
And the quick foul by Scottie Pippen.
The tip in to Brad Sellers.
Nixon will be going to the line. Norm Nixon tonight with 12 points. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Well, it's hurry-up offense time for the Chicago Bulls. 14 seconds to go. They got to get a shot, kill the clock, throw the ball out of bounds, and get it back.
Norm Nixon, quoted earlier in the year, as saying he had always been taught to respect his elders. Now he looks around this LA Clippers club. There's nobody around to respect. He all of a sudden is the elder statesman on this Clipper team. And he has 14 points tonight. It's a 7-point Clipper lead. Pippen has the ball stripped away and a foul on Jordan. As the LA Clippers will remain perfect at home. They're about to go 4-0 in front of the home folks. Overall in the year, the Clippers, who won only 17 games all of last year, will climb back to within 1 game of 500. They'll be 5-6 on the young season. Chicago will be 6-5. And checking into the lineup for Chicago is Jack Haley, a rookie who played his college ball right here at UCLA. Free agent. Had a great line after his NBA debut. He broke in the NBA against the Boston Celtics. And after the game, he said he'll always be able to tell his grandkids that his first NBA game came against the Celtics, and he and Michael combined for 52.
Well, there's one thing we know is we watched him warm up. He's the guy that plays one-on-one with Jordan and tries to get him ready. So he may have had something to do with the offensive effort. Didn't do anything to do with those steals, but he gets a chance to make at least a token appearance here tonight.
In that game, by the way, Jordan had all 52 of those points. And there it is. The LA Clippers still perfect at home, defeating the Chicago Bulls by a final score of 105-97. So Gene Shue's young troops on their way to an improved situation here with the Clippers. They go to 5-6. The Bulls fall to 6-5, and we'll be back. Once again, your final score from the LA Sports Arena. The Clippers defeating Chicago